Hello guys, this is Uncle Ife in the building. This channel is all about educational stuff. I give content in accounting, management, finance, and also updates about the University of the People, as well as little advice to secondary school students out there. Please subscribe to my channel.
Okay guys, let's do this. Thank you for coming back. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, so in today's guys, this somebody say education is the most powerful weapon. What do you understand by that? Now let's look at what Nelson Mandela said, because I'm going to name two people here. I'll say what Nelson Mandela said and what Solomon Otis said. So these two people said something related to education. That is why I am using them. Now this is what Nelson Mandela said. Nelson Mandela made it clear that education is the key to eliminate gender inequality. Nelson Mandela made it clear that education is the key to eliminating gender inequality. Guys, this is so true. Like, for instance, in my village, I know families, right, that would tell you that the fact that you are a female, when you finish primary 7 or primary 6, my daughter, you are going to get married. Because me, I'm not seeing the need for you going to school. At the end of the day, you get married, have children, and you end up in the kitchen. Like, they have already built a wall. They have made a fence. They have built a wall and placed women in it. Build a wall and place men in it. Like, they are actually the ones determine what becomes of a woman and what becomes of a man, just because you are a male or a female. That's gender inequality. So I know families that, like, when their children like completed primary 7, they said, oh yeah, you are a female now. You know, in those days, before they want to complete primary 7, they are big girls and boys. Not nowadays that somebody complete class 6 and you're still asking, when have you started school? Have you started primary school? You understand? But in those days, people will complete primary and they are so big. There's big men and women that they will just leave primary 7 and they will just get married. But nowadays, somebody will even be in the university and you are still asking, like, like somebody will meet me and be asking if which form are you? Like, are you in form like, are you in form 5? Are you in upper seat? Oh yeah. Oh my god. But in those days, they'll just look at you as you are finishing primary 7. Somebody's already asking for your hand in marriage. But nowadays, as people finish primary 6, because now school in Cameroon ends at primary 6, right? So people finish primary 6 and you're still asking if they was when would they start primary 1. Do you get? So some people will actually just, when their children or their male children just finish primary 6, will actually just take them, go and learn hairdressing. And you have that passion, you want to continue with their education, but the fact that you are a female, your parents, and not that they didn't have money, they are not doing this thing because they didn't have money, but just because you are a female. That's gender inequality, right? You are a female, so they say, oh, okay, since you are still small, you just finish your primary 6 and you're still small, we cannot say go and get married. So what you do for me, my daughter, is you go and be learning hairdressing. So when you finally reach 16 or 17, then you go and look for a man and get married to, or you go and learn tailoring and so on and so forth, just because you are a female. And now the male, when when the male child finish primary 7, they say, oh, my son, which secondary school do you want to attend? Is it Longla? Is it Progressive? Is it GTHS and so on? Is it Salvation? Is it Somerset? And so on and so forth. Just that's gender inequality. So Nelson Mandela is saying that education is the key to eliminating gender inequality. Because I feel that now, if your parents that are either male or female, like both of them, if they are able to acquire education, this knowledge, they will never discriminate. They will never say, oh, because this is my daughter, she'll go and get married. Because this is a son or my son, let him continue with his education, and this daughter go and get. Okay, so like Nelson Mandela said, I really do agree to what he is saying, that education is the key to eliminating gender inequality. So guys, I really hope you understand that Nelson Mandela's point. So the next point, what he said was, education reduces poverty. Guys, I really do believe in this. Look at somebody that is a literate and somebody that is an illiterate. Just bring them together, give them 5,000. The way that person that is an illiterate will reason, my God, and the way that this person that is a literate will reason is different. There are two different things, guys. There are two different things. Like the person that is illiterate will say, okay, now that I've gotten this 5,000, maybe I should invest. Yeah, maybe I should put this 5,000 into something in one week, 2 weeks, or 1 month time. It will yield me some interest. Yeah, but an illiterate will start calculating. If I want to put my money in that bank, and the bank goes bankrupt or something, or closes down, what will I do? If I do this, I'll need to start managing this money. Maybe I should be eating 100 francs every day. All right, maybe I should start. You see the way the illiterate, that's an uneducated person, you see the way this person is thinking is quite different from, like, an illiterate is ready to take risks. Like, he knows that it's even riskier, like what they taught her in school. It's even riskier not to take risks. Life itself is a risk, guys. Life itself is risky. Yeah, life itself, just you walking, like, okay, let me visit a friend, it's risky because something can happen to you on the way. Yeah, so an educated somebody will understand that it's even riskier not to take risks. So this person would think of the kind of business that is going to invest this 5,000 francs in, that will yield him or her interest in some weeks or some months time. But an illiterate, nah, you can't do that with an illiterate, right? You even bring that kind of a topic to an illiterate, it's like you guys will end up having problem or fighting. Yes, because to him it reasons like that poverty mentality will be like, what if I invest and the business doesn't work? And what if it works? What if it works? So that's how an illiterate will just reason. Always one-sided, like always one-sided. He just doesn't want something that will go wrong. He just doesn't see the opportunity that lies ahead of him or her. Okay, so I think this Nelson Mandela's point is actually good, because education reduces poverty. Now look at this person that is a literate, that actually goes and invests this money. You see that in 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month's time, this money is going to yield interest, and it's going to add to the money that he or she had at first. But look at this illiterate somebody, or this an uneducated person that refused to invest this money, decided to be eating maybe managing 100 francs. At the end of the day, the money will still get finished, and you come back to your poverty state, and you start looking at the other person. That what happened? Is it magic? Is it did you enter somewhere? Did you involve yourself somewhere? So that is just it. Okay, so let's look at the next point. What Nelson Mandela, he said, education prevents needless deaths and illnesses. I really do agree to that. Now let me explain this point. Education prevents needless deaths, unnecessary deaths, and illnesses. Look at, in those days, people would die of malaria and typhoid. People would die of malaria and typhoid. Okay, but nowadays people are so educated. You have doctors, you have nurses that through education they are able to discover medicines that can cure typhoid, medicines that can cure malaria, medicines that can cure other diseases, even is it sugar or what? Sorry guys, fighting on. Let me say sexually transmittable diseases. All right, they have discovered all these things, chlamydia, syphilis. They have discovered through education. We now have doctors, we now have nurses, we now have gynecologists. At first somebody will get pregnant, you will not know the sex of that child. Yeah, you don't know the sex of that child until the day you go to the hospital and you give birth. Sometimes they even give birth in their house. They will not know, right? But nowadays, like, they'll just go to the market, they start buying dresses. All right, they just mix, buy for female, buy for male, because they don't even know the sex of the child, right? But nowadays you are able to go to the hospital if you are pregnant to check out, is it a boy or a girl, and you know the kind of dresses you'll be buying for your children, or if they are twin, you now know what to be buying, right, for the child you're carrying. Okay, so it's through education. Education helps to prevent needless deaths and illnesses, because now through this education we now have doctors, nurses that discover cures for this malaria and typhoid. But in those days, like back then in the village, like around, let's say around 11 like that, some families will start pushing their family members in trucks, this cerebral malaria, and at the end of the day you hear that they have beaten somebody. You hear that they have beaten somebody, or somebody is dead because of malaria, because of it. But nowadays, guys, it's very difficult to hear that somebody died because of malaria or typhoid. It's very difficult. The cases are rare. It's rare. It's difficult to hear such a thing, because now through education We now have people, doctors and nurses that have discovered a cure for all of these things, and it helps now to prevent all these needless deaths and illnesses. Yes. So we also have a situation where now through education people understand that if I sit in the house and I'm not feeling fine, I have headache, I have pains in my stomach, through knowledge you know that I cannot sit and then and wait until this situation gets severe before I rush to the hospital. Now I need to go through knowledge or through education. You now understand that if I feel this kind of pain, what I should do is rush to the hospital and check out what is wrong with me so that I can get the treatment if there is anything wrong. But if and if, like guys, an illiterate will just be like, maybe it's the farm, maybe it's the farm, maybe it's the work, maybe it's this that I work too much, and at the end of the day he or she will wait until when this sickness or this illness gets severe and now rush to the hospital, and before you know they say this person is dead. Why? Lack of knowledge. True, because of this person was not educated. But an educated person will understand that I can't wait for these pains to get severe. I have to rush to the hospital now so that whatever that is disturbing me can be treated. Okay, or a lab test can be done and can be treated. So that is it. So when you see all these things happening, you see that it is the help of education. Because of the knowledge we have gotten through education, we are able to prevent needless deaths and illnesses. All right. Now, Nelson Mandela said again that it's education creates a sustainable planet. Okay, to me, I feel like if everybody in the society is educated, guys, the world will be a better place to be in. People will reason. Like, I know no two people can act the same, no two people can really reason the same, but now guys, when you have knowledge on some certain things that